So I just meditated. Here's my buddy. Hi. I just meditated for about 25 minutes. And I did a video, but I don't know, I'm re-recording it for some reason. Maybe something didn't come through the way I wanted it to. And here's my master meditator right here, my little teacher. So, before I meditated, I was feeling a little unsettled. And it's a gray day here in Seattle, and it's the middle of June, and I was seeking some sun, or some dryness, or something. And I just sat here and I listened to the rain. And I listened to what it was trying to communicate to me. And there's something interesting that happens when you tune into nature. And you just let it be. You let it be what it is and what it needs to be, so that you can also find your space and your place within that needs that nourishment. So obviously, the plants, the flowers, the things that grow need water. And in the Northwest, we have an overabundance of water, but it obviously lends to a lot of green and a lot of growth and a lot of beauty in this area as well. And so what I'm doing right now is trying to tap into that yin nature. So if you're familiar with yin and yang, the concepts of yin and yang, yin is more of that fluid water, dark, kind of more damp substance aspect, and yang is more of the fiery, light movement and more energetic kind of aspect. And in the Northwest, I think we're always trying to force the yang to come out, even when it's not naturally present, through things like coffee, stimulants, and going, and just being really active and not really nourishing and settling into that yin aspect, because we're kind of entrenched in it already. And yin can tend to be, if it's over exuberant, it can be disharmonizing, because it can lead to damp accumulation and dankness and stagnation and mold and all of those things that we associate with stagnant water. So there's a balance here where we can keep the fluid moving and flowing within ourselves, but not tipping the balance to burning ourselves out. And for me, I feel that as like a flutteriness in the heart, kind of a dysrhythmia. It's dysrhythmic. That's how my disharmony or imbalance manifests. It can manifest in a lot of different ways. Pain is another one. That's a big one here, because the barometer is all over the place, and pain can be very sensitive to that, arthritic conditions in particular. Digestive upset, that's another big one. And also just like psycho-emotional stability, and feeling really like down and having a hard time moving through the day and being motivated to do things, because you're feeling like slow, dark. And that is a very yin aspect of this yin-yang spectrum. But again, it's a spectrum, right? So we're trying to find the balance, the middle path within. And we have all of these systems within us that are reflected in nature. So the concept is we're the microcosm of the macrocosm. So if you're able to look to nature and see these patterns that kind of move through and emerge, and the perfection really that is within those things, and if you're in harmony with those things within, you can find your true state and find the harmony within reflected without. And that's an amazing gift if you can tap into that. And meditation is a really good way to access those tools and to access that state of consciousness, so that you can navigate your health and your way of being in the world in a different way, so that you can bring this ease into your life. Earlier today I was feeling triggered, and I knew that was because I was forcing myself to go and do things that I needed to get done, which is, just sometimes the way that things have to be. But if you can take pause for just a few minutes out of the day and bring yourself back into this more centered and grounded space, you'll see all of these other things emerge, and all of this, all of this potential to navigate your relationships in a different way, associate to yourself in a different way, and just be in the world in a more effective and more poignant way, so that you will feel satisfied and enriched, and not like you're just constantly at a lack. So I'm going to encourage you to experiment with some meditation. And if you want to journal or record yourself, or just find some way of documenting your experience, so that you have a reflection back to yourself on what's working and what's not, and what's emerging and what's going away, what's falling away. It's a really interesting experiment, and I would love for you to join me on this journey.